Hello. Hi, I'm doing well. How's everybody doing? My chair is loud. I'm just gonna do some quick website audits. I don't have too much time to be live, but I wanted to do a couple. Hello, hello. Hey, I'm doing website audits, so I'll take a look at websites and, oh, I got something being loud. There we go. So I'll take a look at a website and see if there's anything that I think should be changed or anything that I think looks good, anything that could be more user-friendly. What's your website link? I might be about to do it. I'm trying to catch up on all of the form submissions I've gotten. Yeah, if you're here and you've submitted a request, I will do yours. Thanks so much for your participation. You're welcome. That was a unique situation. I'd never gotten like a request where somebody wanted to do that before, so that was fun to be able to try to figure out how to do that. But I'm glad it's all sorted out. Sarah, oh, your effervescence. Let me see. Effervescence. Aha. Yes. Okay. And I will do yours, Sarah, if you're still on here. I think you are. Yes, you did fill it out properly. I found it. And yep, I got yours too. One hot mother. I'm trying to catch up. I haven't done a live since the last time you guys were on here. So I'm catching up with everybody. What do you mean by website audit? I'm taking a look at people's websites and then letting them know if there's anything that could be changed to make it more user-friendly or to make it look better, or if there's things that I like that I think look great that they should keep. Just kind of giving my not expert, opinion on how it should look. Just because I've gotten lots of requests for people to ask me to take a look. And so I also do this, not over TikTok. If anybody wants to send me an email, I can take a look at your website as well and just kind of email you what I think about it. But I've just gotten lots of requests for people to be like, well, can you just look at my website and tell me what you think and see if there's anything that you would change? So I started making it a service, and I thought it would be a good idea to do it on TikTok Live. I've been able to reach a lot of people this way where they, didn't know that somebody could do that they could have somebody look at their website and make suggestions. So that's why I started doing it. But yes, okay. Going to effervescence. Am I saying that right? Effervescence. Okay, let me move closer. Let me turn up my bright. Okay, cool. All All right, let me turn my brightness on this too, because I feel like it's kind of dark. There we go. How can I give you our info? There is a link in my bio where there's a Google form that you can fill out. Just click the link in my bio and then click the button that says TikTok Live website audit. And that's where you can fill out that form, or you can just email me. My email is also in my bio. Okay, so just looking at the home page, I like the menu. I like that I can pretty much get to all of the products without having to scroll. I would make this section a little bit shorter so it shows up on the entire screen. Yeah, it looks big. It might also be because it's not optimized for a full screen like I have. Like usually there's been some times where I've optimized websites for desktop and then for like mobile, and then it looks huge on like my big screen. So sometimes you just have to go in and like adjust for all devices. But yes, I would make that a little bit shorter so we can make sure to see all of the image like without really having to scroll a lot. But I like those images. I like they look professional. I like that it gives you the different options to shop for new arrivals. This backpack, I like the different things. Okay, now scrolling, I like a shop all. That looks cool. I always like a welcome message. It makes it seem a lot more genuine to me. It's like, okay, there's a person behind this website. It's not just a bot or, you know, like a random like scammy website. Hold on, I'm getting a text message. Oh, was I frozen? Still learning. Yep, and it looks great for you to still be learning. But yes, I like that there's a welcome message. It makes it really where you can tell there's a person behind the business. I like the featured product. That's cool. More fun items. Oh yeah, I always like is this an Instagram section? I really like that. I like, especially when your Instagram has like good, like aesthetic, nice pictures. I like when it's featured on the website. And the contact form, I would maybe, usually what I suggest is to add a contact button in your main menu, and that's where you can have that contact form instead of it being on the home page, because people might not find it. Like if people are looking like, oh, I want to contact this this business, like I can't find where to contact them. But it is good that you also have it linked in the footer. But I usually do recommend that it's up in the main menu as well, just in case. Oh, I like click here to shop our sale. Cool. I like that you have different fonts and that it's not just the Shopify basic fonts. Like it just shows that you like went that extra mile to not just have like the basic fonts. I think that makes it look much more professional when you use a more custom font. Gotcha. But yeah, I like everything. Everything seems like it flows together nicely. You've got like enough products featured on here to where we can see what you have to offer, but then we can also go up into the categories and see what you have as well. Yep, and I'll just click on a product listing to make sure everything looks good. Cool. Yeah, that's looking great so far. But yeah, so maybe just think like trying to optimize it for all devices, you know, maybe making this small. Everything else looked fine size-wise to me. I think just that top section could be made a little bit smaller. But everything else is looking great. You've done a great job. All right. Now, was One Hot Mother Boutique still in here? Okay, cool. I will do yours next. Alrighty. Okay, so first thing, I would make this logo a little bit smaller just so it's not taking up so much of your homepage. I always say, I think I mentioned the last time you were on a live, I always say I like to be able to minimize scrolling. Customers usually more easily find things. I'm starting to go in and improve some things. Okay, cool. You can send me an email or fill out my other Google form, my contact form. Or you can just send me an email. My email is up in my bio too. It's caroline@ctvirtualservices.com. And I can get you on my schedule. But okay, yes, so I usually try to minimize scrolling. Like, we want to see as much of the website as we can without even scrolling. So I would make the logo a little bit smaller. I like that it's in the center, and that's fine. I would just make it a little bit smaller so we can see more of these products first down here. And see, I get hesitant with main menus. Shopify is very confusing. Yes, it is, and that's why I like to help people with it, because I understand it, and there's other people who don't. So that's why I try to do what I do. I'm sorry, is this all done without any charge? Yes, me doing this on TikTok Live is done without any charge. I'm just doing this. People submit my Google form. They can send a link to their website to me, and I'll go over it on TikTok. This is just free. And I don't charge anything to make suggestions like this. But then if you'd like me to do work on your website, I do charge for that. Like doing the actual work, I do charge for that. But just for this TikTok Live, this is free. And so the main menu, I found it's just personal preference. I usually prefer to have a smaller, more consolidated menu without so many buttons. I usually just like to have home, shop, and then under the shop button you can do like a drop down or something to list out all these collections, and then like an about us page, and then contact. So I usually in the main menu like to have like 4 things. But if you find that your customers find it easier, or that they shop really well by having this all laid out where they can just click and having it spread out, that's fine as well. Jessica, I see you put a question mark, but I don't see any other comment. I don't know if I just can't see it, or if something went wrong and I don't see another comment from you. Price, what do you mean by price? This, for me to just make suggestions, is free. But for me to do actual work on a website, I do charge for that. And I have pricing on my website, or you can email me as well. I'm hoping to get your course this weekend and try to do my page. Awesome. And if you email me and if you sign up for it, I might send you a discount as well. Wink. Just added mine, sweet. Hey, Mad Rhinestone. Yes, I am. Oh, I'm not full. I thought I read that as, are you doing critiques today? But you can send mine. You can send me yours as well, if you would like me to do one for you. I'm not staying on for very long, but I can still do a couple. What's the price to update the website? So I have 3 options. Okay, I'm getting to this. One hot mother, if you're still here. Okay, the price for website edits is on my website. You can check that out as well. But I have a few hourly packages. Basically, for if you want 1 hour, it's $75. 2 hours of edits is $110. 3 hours of edits is $165. But also, if you email me and you let me know what things you'd like to be done, I can give you an estimate of how long it would take me. And then you can decide like that as well. And a lot of people will say, start with 1 hour and see if, everything can get done. And if not, then we can add more time. So Just depends what all you need. Okay. Yes, you can send me a link to how you want your website to look. I love having websites for inspiration. Okay. Back to this. Jessica, there's a link in my bio for a Google form. It's called TikTok Live Website Audit Sign Up. Okay. Sorry, back to this. Let me just get closer. So, okay. I like a new arrival section. All the pictures look great, very professional. Collections. I always like to have a collections list too. To shop by collection. Connect with us on social. That's cute. Cool. That looks really good. I would. Okay, so you have the contact us. I would move the return policy to the footer unless you have lots of people that constantly ask you about returns. Then that is a good idea to have it in your main menu. But I usually like to just link all of your policies down here where I see you do have the return refund policy down here. And then I like the About Us section on your homepage. I think that's super sweet. That again really makes you realize, okay, there's a real person and a real family behind this shop, and it's not just because, like, to me, I don't know if you guys are ever shopping on a website and it's like you can't. I usually like to look for information like about the owner, about the team, whoever, because that usually can be what convinces me to purchase something. And if there's not like a section of About Us or Meet the Team or whatever, if there's not one of those, then I'm more like, is this a legitimate business? Is this a real person behind it? Is it like gonna scam me? So I always recommend adding either an About Us section like that was on right there, or a whole About Us page, something on there that shows who you are. And a lot of times it makes people feel like they know you and they want to support you, and then they'll purchase something just because they feel like they know you. Especially if they're, like I was just saying, like on the edge of purchasing or not. That can really be what pushes people to make a purchase. Okay, and I was going to say, I see where you still have the catalog button in your main menu. I think if you're going to have all of your collections listed out like that, then you probably don't need to still have the catalog button. You could, or if you wanted to keep it, you could maybe change it to something to say like shop all. That way, if people know, okay, if I click this, I'm going to just be able to browse through everything. Yeah, everything else looks great. I like that it's very clean, not too complicated. It's easy for me to look at. It's not like harsh on my eyes or anything. I like the color scheme. I think you've done a great job. Okay. How long should it take to do a website? Like a full website? If I'm doing a full website, my timeline is 4 to 5 weeks. But if I had time to just sit down and only work on a website, because like my timeline is 4 to 5 weeks because I have, multiple people I'm doing websites for at a time. So I'm not spending 8 hours a day just on a website. But if I was only sitting down and I only had to work on one website, it would probably take me a few days. But that's also after I've learned all of the ins and the outs of Shopify. So if it was me doing it, it would probably just take me a few days. If it's somebody who's just learning, like before I did what I do now, I had my own small business and I created my own Shopify website, just like learning as I went. And I can't even remember how long it took me. I didn't even have anything super complicated, but it took me a long time. Kind of like just continuously updating things and like, oh, I want to change that. And I would go in and, figure out how to change that and figure out how to do one thing at a time. But I would say it was like, I did that for maybe a year, and I would say probably that entire year, here and there, I would figure out how to do something new, and I would go in and change it. But yeah, it is a lot to learn at once. Saving 5 months to do 150 listens so far. That is, yeah, it is definitely when you're like, okay, I've got all of my product pictures and my product information and my pricing set up. Now I just have to go in and add everything. That is a pain. But there are some easier ways to get around it depending on what your products are. If you have a lot of products that have the same options, like if you had a collection of like 50 different sweatshirts you wanted to sell, and for all of them you offered 5 different colors, or you offered the same color options and all the same size options, like say all of your sweatshirts come in black or white, and they come in sizes extra small through 2X. If you have all of the same options, you can create one listing and then just duplicate it and change out the picture and the name. That is what I found was easiest for me. There is ways where you can add all of like the information into a spreadsheet and update Gotcha. Yeah, there is a way you can put everything into a spreadsheet, like product name, price, information, size options, and then just upload it as a CSV file. And it will upload out, but it can also get wonky like that. So I found the easiest way, if you do have lots of items that have the same options, is to just duplicate it and change the name of it. I always manage to figure out bulk editing things after the fact. Yo. Realize I didn't put shipping weights on things. But so if you don't want to have to add the weights, you don't have to. When I'm setting up a website, I usually don't unless the business owner specifically wants to. Yes, it's easier for it to draw a shipping rate by the weight, but a lot of times it's like not completely accurate. You end up having to pay more for a shipping label than what it charged them anyways. I usually recommend just doing a flat rate, or working your shipping costs into your pricing, so then you can offer, free shipping. Because I always say this, something in our brains, in our human brains, would rather spend $20 and have free shipping than to buy a $10 item and have $10 shipping. Even though you're spending $20 either way, $20 on an item and free shipping, or $10 on an item and $10 shipping, you're still spending $20. We would rather spend $20 on the item and have free shipping. So I always recommend not doing it by the weight, because it takes so long for you to add the right weights in for your products. Then in the shipping settings, you have to add like the weight of the packaging that you usually use, so it draws the weight of the product and the packaging, and it's just a lot of work for it to still not be completely accurate. And now, if you have the Shopify basic plan, they don't allow you to ship through third parties anymore. I'm a Shopify partner, and I don't completely understand how that's going to work, because I guess they're just not letting you have the discounted rates through USPS or UPS if you have the basic plan anymore. You have to have like a higher plan to be able to do that. But on Etsy, I was constantly having the overcharging for shipping. Yeah, and sometimes it would do that, especially because of how often the shipping charges change. Somebody could have been like, I only had this $10 item in my cart, and now it's charging me $20 for shipping, when it's like, that might not be accurate. There might be something wrong that's drawing the wrong number, and it's, then they don't end up purchasing it. So I usually just have so many issues when people use it. Yes, I like Pirate Ship too. When I had my business, I just did a flat rate for shipping costs. I can't remember what I charged, but it was also a while ago, and now shipping rates have definitely gone up. But I would just do the flat rate, then I would go to my Pirate Ship and do everything through there, because, yeah, I definitely liked Pirate Ship. signed up for the audit. Awesome. And shipping is definitely a huge hurdle. Yep, that's what I get the most questions about. And I haven't used all of the different like options for shipping. Like I've used Pirate Ship. That was his main one I used. You can also do it like directly through Shopify, but I get people all the time who ask me like, what's the best way to do shipping? And I'm like, it's a good question. Do you have any free tumbler cup with paw print? What do you mean? Do you mean like, have I received one? If so, I have not received a free tumbler cup with paw print. Gotcha. Yeah, I like Pirate Ship. Okay, let me look back at my who submitted. And I was gonna see. Trying to make sure there's nobody on here who submitted a request first. Okay, so do you think like putting $5 in every product more and offering free shipping in your experience, it covers it? I can't speak to the amount just because it was 3 years ago that I had my own business where I was having to cover shipping costs. For me then, through Pirate Ship, the average of my shipping prices were like $4 to $5 when I was shipping t-shirts or candles. I also made candles. But so it depends on what your item is, how heavy it is, like what the average pricing will be. So I can't exactly tell you that $5 will cover it, because if you're selling stickers that are super light, I think that definitely would cover it. But if you're selling like thick sweatshirts that are heavier, I'm not sure that would cover it, because it is a little bit more expensive to ship sweatshirts and heavier items. So I would definitely say do some research. And like even with Pirate Ship, you can go in and type in a certain amount of pounds or ounces or whatever, and it'll show you how much that's going to cost. So I would do something like that first, like add in the sizing of what package you're going to use, and then add in a pound or whatever, just to see what the average price is for the average of what your products weigh. And then you can know, okay, I need to add about $8 to all of my pricing to cover it. So I would say do some researching on that. Oh, hey Amanda, yes I am. I'm doing a quick live. What time is it? Oh, it's already been almost an hour. Plus, if it's perishables or heat-sensitive items, it runs the cost of shipping up. Yup. How to do a blogging website? I am not familiar with blogging websites. I specialize in e-commerce websites, so I am not 100% sure how to tell you to generate affiliate income. But I will, so people who do blogging websites and have affiliate accounts and affiliate links and things like that, I do think it's a good idea to use something like Wix or Squarespace. I think those are good for advertising, things like that. Like if you're not necessarily selling products, Wix and Squarespace I think are good options. Like I was saying, I usually just check on e-commerce websites and do e-commerce audits. But if you'd like me to still take a look at your website, you can either email me or submit the Google form that's in my bio. You can send me the link to your bio, or the link to your website on the Google form at the link in my bio, so I can check it out as well. Okay, do we still have butfirstme.com. Are you still on here? I will try to quickly do like 2 more. Butfirstme.com. Are you still here? All right, I'm going to list off the ones that I can do and tell me if you're here, okay? The Fancy Nestling. The Fancy Nestling, are you here? Mad Rhinestone Patriot. Okay, you're here. I will do that one next. Okay, cool. Can you have more than one business on Shopify? Yes, you can have. I guess you can sign up for, you would just have to have separate, you could have two websites, but you just have to have, I think you can do it still under the same account, but you just have to have 2 separate websites if you want to make it like separate websites. Okay, Fancy Nestling. Before I have to run out of time. Okay, that's super cute. I love a pop-up. Cute. Okay, before I even scroll, I love the logo. The size is great. I like the colors and everything tie in with the logo. Everything ties into itself, so I really like that. It's very easy and pleasing to look at. Shop, I love the drop down. Text, cool. VIP group, cool. I think that's a good menu. And I like the font. Okay, so I'll go back to home. New to the nest, that's super cute. I like that you have like the banner picture, but then you also have the section explaining like kind of like your elevator pitch, explaining what all you sell. I really like that. All this stuff is so cute. I don't have children yet, but all this stuff is cute. Shop by collection. All of the pictures look great too. I really think a website, like, it doesn't matter how it's laid out if you have really good product pictures and other images. Like, I feel like that's really what makes it look professional. So I really like those. Super cute. Yeah, I like that. I always recommend, so you are required to have a terms of service and a privacy policy listed somewhere. Usually people put it in the footer right here. So you are legally required to have that. And Shopify makes it easy. If you go into your settings and to policies, they make it to where you can just create it from a template and add in any, additional information. And there you can also add a shipping policy and a refund policy, and you can link that in the footer as well. So I do always recommend that. But everything else looks great. Let me click on a product listing just to see that everything's looking good. Cool. Yeah, that looks great. You've done a great job. Yeah, so I guess the only thing would be to add those policies. Yes, and not that many people know. I wish, that was one of the things that Shopify, when you first start setting up your Shopify, it kind of gives you a checklist. On your homepage, it'll say, now just add your domain, now add your first products, now add a collection. It'll say things like that. I wish it would say, make sure to add these policies, because it's a legal thing that you have them on there, because it can protect you if somebody, God forbid not, but if somebody tried to pursue any legal action against you, those things can really help protect you. And especially with shipping, I know a lot of people have to put, if you'd like me to check out your website, just submit, there's a Google form at the link in my bio, and you can send me your website link through that, and I can get you on the list. But yeah, so for a shipping policy, it's really good because some people have customers complain and say like, well, I never got my package. It's saying it's delivered. I think somebody stole it. And like, you're not liable for that if you have a shipping policy that says once it leaves our hands, we're no longer responsible. You'll have to take up any issues with USPS, UPS, or whatever shipping method you use. So it can really protect you if somebody's like demanding a full refund, or that you send them another product when you're like, I sent it to your address. You know, you can't control if somebody got something stolen off their porch. That's when they have to take it up with the police, and you know, you don't want to be liable for that kind of stuff. So okay, cool. Yeah, it's in your Shopify settings. I think it's at the very bottom of the settings is this section that says policies, and it'll show you all the spaces to add policies. But then make sure, I also have a video on TikTok of this. Once you add the policies in your policy setting, then you have to go back to your navigation and add it to the navigation in your footer. Because if you just add it in the settings, it's not going to show up on your actual website. So you have to add it in your settings, in the policy settings, and then go back to your navigation and add it to your footer to actually make it show up. But everything else looks great. Where do I go to send you the inspiration link? You can send me an email. My email is at the link in my profile. I think there's an email button where if you just click, it'll let you email me. But my email is caroline@ctvirtualservices.com. You can also go to my website and fill out the contact form there too. Whatever's easiest. Sorry I didn't get your response on the adding the postage to offer free shipping. Are you still here for me to answer you? I basically said, I don't know about the amount. I know you said, like, do you think adding $5 would cover it? I was just saying, like, to do some research, because it depends on what your items are. If your products are typically heavier and your packaging is heavier, it's probably going to cost more. So I would do some research on how much your average shipping label is going to cost, so you know how much to add to your pricing to accommodate that. Is there an app you recommend for a box customers need to check in order to check out? Like a checkbox for them to say, for it to say, like, by checking this box, you acknowledge that da-da-da-da. Is that what you're referring to? Because if so, I have one that I added to somebody's website a little while ago. I feel like it was called, let me see if I can find it in my, what it's called. Let me just go into the App Store and see if I can find it. Because I can't remember the name of it. It was called, like, it's on the tip of my tongue. I'll find it. Yep, to acknowledge processing stuff. Like, are you, like, this is confirming that you understand that this is not going to get to you tomorrow. Yep, I've had people who have to really spell it out for people. What I've learned is, like, people will expect you to, like, wait on them, but they'll go, like, huge companies don't treat customers like a Karen wouldn't go email Walmart and say, well, maybe Karen would, but like normal people wouldn't go email Walmart because it's like they're like a huge corporation saying, I demand a refund. I didn't get this item by the time I needed it. You know, can't you just like, I feel like they just step all over small business owners because they know that they can access the person who's behind it. Like Walmart, if you're emailing somebody, you're gonna email a customer service representative. Like, it's not like the person. So that's one thing. It's like you could spell it out so easily, be like, all you have to do is understand this, and they still be like, what? Well, I didn't know that. It's listed error, and they still ignore it. Yep. Okay, trying to remember what I searched to find it. Check out. Oh yes, it was like terms and conditions. Checkbox or something. Yes, I think it was this one. Okay, well, it looks like there's a bunch of them. That most of them look free. I'm sure you could look up. I just searched terms and conditions checkbox. Terms and conditions checkbox, and there's tons of options. And then it doesn't have to be your terms and conditions. Like the website that I used it on, she wanted it to say for them to acknowledge that they read through the FAQ page and the policies page. So you can, I'm pretty sure on most of them. I feel like the one that we used was this picture, like the green box with the red check. And we were able to just edit the text to say, by checking this box, you are da-da-da-da. So I'm sure most of them probably work the same. I was told by a customer that if my package didn't get to them the next day, they want a refund that they bought from Amazon, and their package is going to already be there. I hate that. I've had people, like, people that I know, people that I'm friends with on Facebook, who, like, know who I am and know that I'm a big, like, small business supporter. I've seen them say, why would it was something stupid, like, why would I purchase from a small business when I can get the exact same thing on Amazon for half the price? And it be there, within 2 days. I was like, but you're not getting it. The purpose of you, ordering it from a small business rather than Amazon is because Amazon is going to run our small businesses into the ground one day, and there's not going to be any more in-person stores or any small businesses because Amazon is just going to run everything. And that's why we purchase and we support small businesses, even if it costs us more, because you're not feeding in to the big corporations who don't care about your money the way a small business will. And the comments on that post were all like, yeah, I agree. Why would I pay $50 for a sweatshirt that somebody made when I can get the exact same thing on Amazon? And I was like, these people just don't get it. Does anyone else have the problem that people go but they don't check out? That might mean you have something on your website that's maybe not user-friendly or something that's deterring people away. And you should be able to look in your analytics somewhere. You should be able to see where people are on your website the most and where they leave at. So if you have customers who are going all the way through your website, putting products in their cart, they get to the checkout and then they leave, that could be something with your shipping, like we were talking about earlier. It could be that they realize your shipping is going to just charge them way too much, and they're like, oh, I don't want to pay that for shipping. And that's why I was saying I think it's beneficial to work your shipping costs into your pricing so you can offer free shipping, because if I'm looking at somebody's website and I'm like, oh, this is cute, let me add this to my cart, and I get to check out and it says free shipping, I'm checking out right then. But if it says like $10 shipping, then I think about it more and I'm like, do I need this? So I would definitely say to look into that and see where it is that people are getting to on your website before they leave. And you can also have it set up to send people emails when they have an abandoned cart. That way you can see, if people are abandoning their cart, you can offer them a discount and see if they'll check out or whatever. First time here, I'm glad to have you. Nice to have you here. Look at Walmart. Amazon took over Walmart. What? I didn't know that. That is crazy. I can audit yours, Brenda. Yes. I have a link in my bio where you can fill out my TikTok Live website audit sign up form, and I can add you to the list. Yep, shipping always gets me. That's why I always say it's something in our human brains. We would rather spend $20 and have free shipping than to spend $10 and have $10 shipping, even though we're both spending $20. So that's why I always recommend offer free shipping if you can. Work it into your prices. Or have, spend $30, get free shipping. Something like that. Okay, let me see. Is there anybody else on here? Mad Rhinestone, you still here? I think you are. Okay, cool. I do $75 in free shipping. That could be good depending on what, the cost of your products are. If all of your products are $50, then I think that's good because people will be like, well, I only have to spend $15 more, and then I get free shipping. So it definitely depends on what your prices are on your products. If most of your products are $10, $15, $20, that might not encourage people to buy more to get free shipping because it seems too far out of reach for them. It's like a little psychological marketing tip there. Okay. Mad Rhinestone. Patriot.com. Okay. Let me scooch in. Okay, so first thing, I usually don't recommend bright colors for the background just because it can be hard for some people to look at. So I like that it ties in with your logo, but I would still maybe make this pink background white, and then you can have the pink reddish accents instead of having a super colorful background. I like to do something white or lighter, and then you can do the bright color accents, have your buttons to be the pink color. So that's the first thing. I like the main menu. It's not too much. It's laid out nicely. Pre-order, monthly subscriptions, custom products. I would probably move the contact and policies to the footer. And make sure you add a terms of service policy, like I was mentioning earlier. Can you audit mine? Yes, I can. If you go to my profile and click the link and then click the button that says TikTok Live website audit sign up, that is the sign up that you can use and you'll be added to the list. This will be my last one for today, but I will get on more often than I have. I'll hopefully do another one early next week. Do you save your lives? No, I do not, but I didn't know that I could. Can you do that? Can you save your lives? I have one, but probably didn't add to the menu. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it might be still in your policies and not added to your navigation yet. I think I would add more to your homepage. I like that you have everything laid out, but I think you could feature some more because it looks like your product pictures look really good. Yeah, I love the way that you took your product pictures. I would definitely add some more of those to the homepage. I like that you have the collections listed out. I would have a featured collection where people can see some of those products. Because since your product pictures look so good, we got to display those. And I would also maybe change this from saying Mad Rhinestone Patriot. Wow, that I can't speak. Mad Rhinestone Patriot. I would maybe change that to say shop or collections. That way people know, okay, when I click on this, I'm going to see the collections, and then have a drop down of all those options. It's like a bestsellers section. Yeah, something like that. I think you could add, there's a lot of more elements you could add to the homepage. I think if you have, like I mentioned before, like an About Us section where you can add like a picture of you and some information about your shop where people know, like, there's a person behind this business, I can trust them. Yeah, I think you could add lots of more sections. Like, I like to shop by collection. You could have featured products, like a bestsellers, a new arrivals. I think there's some more stuff that you could feature on there. But I really like all the product pictures, and I like your collection pictures. I'd even maybe make these bigger. Since you have 6 of them, you could have it to where it displays 3 and 3. Yeah. Let me click on one of these and see. And yeah, your product listings look great too. Because like I feel like once you get people to click on the collections, they'll be like, okay, this stuff is amazing and I need to buy this. So I think there's some more things that we could add to like let people see everything that you offer. I just wrote about the scroll thing. Yes, I do talk about that too, and so it is kind of like, well, it seems counterintuitive to add so many things to the homepage if I, say we want to minimize scrolling. But there are some people who just want to scroll the homepage and see what you have to offer as well. And so while I do say to minimize scrolling, I'm usually just referring to like, so from this page, I should be able to get to every single page on your website. Like to have everything in your main menu where all I have to do is click to see your monthly subscriptions and click to see your custom products. So I think that's more about making sure you have everything displayed in the main menu. Because like it's still perfectly fine to have, even if you've got a 22 page long homepage, people might not get to the bottom of it, but it's still fine to have as long as you have everything listed up in that main menu. Does that make sense? Do you just edit them once they're done, or can you make one from the beginning? I can make one from the beginning. I can build an entire website, but I also do edit them. So I can do both. My collections buttons are matching, but aren't product photos. Do you think that's a negative? My collections buttons are matching. Oh, so like these pictures, they're not of your products, but they're still matching. I think that's fine. I don't think you necessarily have to have a product picture as the collection cover. I think that's fine. Are you familiar with Show It? I've heard about it. I've heard lots of good things about it. I have not personally used it. I hear that I should get into it, but I have not worked with it. I do hear that it's very user-friendly, though. And okay, everybody else who has submitted a request to do an audit here on TikTok, I will be able to get to next week. I'm going to try to do a live on Tuesday or Wednesday. So make sure, I also, on the page, so when you go to my website, I have a page called TikTok Live Website Audits, and there I add when my next TikTok Live will be. So make sure to check back at that page when I decide whether I'm going to do it on Tuesday or Wednesday. I have an IG scroll thing at the bottom with photos, but my collections all through the top aren't. I think that's fine. I do like the Instagram scroll thing. So I need to have a drop-down menu for a collection so they can choose 5 different colors. Like on your product listing, you want people to be able to choose 5 different colors. Like 5 different color, rhinestones. If that is what you're referring to, I like the app called Variant Option Product Options, and it makes it so it can have like selections where they can select 5 different colors, or a text box where they can type in the names of the colors. That is my favorite app for that. Let me put on some more chapstick. Does anybody else have any other last minute questions before I step off of here? It's called Variant Option Product Options. I'll go to, because there's a bunch of them that are called the same things. Don't get the one that's by King. It says Variant Option Product Options by King. This one is by, let me just look it up. This one. Let me turn this around so you guys can actually see it. I was getting an error about something Google wants. Okay, let me flip it. Oh, I'm gonna have to take it off my little tripod here. Okay, so this is the one I like to use. It's by Relentless Apps. Variant Option Product Options. It's a yellow check mark. And the one I was saying don't get was down at the bottom. That one, King Product Options. That one's not as good. It is $8.99 a month. There's a free trial. And then you can decide if you like it or not. I think it's worth it just because of how much it does. It can help you add a text box. Like, let me go to all the things. Unlimited options, swatches, buttons, drop downs, photo uploads, checkboxes, price add-ons, all of these things. You can add like a section where if you offer custom items and you want somebody to be able to upload a picture or something, it lets you do that. You can have swatches, the drop downs, the buttons. It does tons of stuff. A text box where they can type in a customization. So that's what it's called. If you guys need to screenshot, I'll set it right there for a second. The one by Relentless Apps is the best one. I'm not even affiliated with them. Like, I don't get anything from recommending it. It's been like my favorite app just because of how easy it is to use. And is it hard to set up? I have not found that it's hard to set up. When I first started using it, I found it pretty easily. Now it is easy for me because I know how it works. But basically, I have it downloaded onto my shop. Yeah, basically, so this will come up. I've never really clicked on any of these other things, but you just click choose product. You find the product you want to add an option to, or you can select everything. Well, maybe you can't. Okay, so you'd have to do it to one, and then you can duplicate it to everything else. So if you want to have the same options on everything, you have to add it to one and then duplicate it. But so you just go to choose the product. I'll just choose that one. Then, so these are the options that I added in Shopify. So if in your Shopify product listing, you add sizes and color options or whatever, it will show up here. And then you go down here to add a virtual option. And that's where you add it through the app. And so then you click on type. And that's where you can choose between a drop down, a button, color swatches, image swatches, text, long text, file upload, radio buttons. I don't know what that means. Checkboxes, grid, or instructions. So all of these different options. For the one you were mentioning, I probably would do either the buttons or the long text, depending on if you want people to be able to choose or if you want them to type it in. Or you could also do the color swatches. I would do one of those. And just make sure if you want them to be able to choose more than one, that you select this button that says multi-select. And then you can must choose exactly 5. So if here you wanted to type, choose 5 colors for your rhinestones for whatever it is, and then buttons. I usually leave this blank. That's usually just what it's going to pre-select it. So like that's like the first one that'll show up. I usually just leave it blank. You can make it required. And then values, here's where you can type in, choose pink, and you just separate it by a comma. Pink, blue, white, red, orange, etc. And then once you click OK, that's where that will come up, where they can choose, okay, I want this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. And they can select that. And that's an example of the text box that I added before to type in for a monogram, where people can type in right there. But so yeah, I really like this app. It has tons of different options. Okay. Did anybody else need to see that name of it? Did everybody else write it down who needs it? Thank you so much for all your advice. You're welcome. It's no problem at all. Could you save this live on YouTube, please? I could do that. I didn't know it was possible to save the live. Once I end it, I'll see if I can, and then post it on YouTube. But yes, I will try to do that. Oh, go to your live section and you can download it. Okay, gotcha. Oh, so does that mean like any other live I've ever done will show up there too, and I could like save all of them? Cool. Y'all are teaching me. You can TikTok save them for like 60 days. Cool. That'll work. I could do that. And then I can post them on YouTube. And I do have a YouTube channel already. I do have some tutorials on there. You should just be able to search CT Virtual Services. It's also in my profile. I have a link for it. So if y'all want to go subscribe, I guess it's called subscribing. If it's not Shopify, I'm like kind of out of touch. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll hopefully post this on there. Oh yeah, 60 days. Yeah, that should be. I feel like I wasn't even going live before 2 months ago, so that should be all of the lives I've ever done. Filled out the contact form. Cool. I will get back with you as soon as I can. I've had lots of people fill it out over the last few weeks, and so I've just kind of constantly been trying to catch up with people and get back with people. So I'll get back with you as soon as I can. If you haven't heard back from me in a week, though, you can send me another email and just follow up. Because there's been times some of them just get lost, and I end up not responding to them, and then it's months later, and they'll say, hey, I filled out a form a few months ago, and I'm like, oh, I completely missed it. So if it's been a week and you still haven't heard from me, like a week from today, so if it's next Wednesday and you haven't heard from me, you can send me another email. And I don't take offense to people following up with me and saying, hey, I sent an email 2 weeks ago and I never heard back. It just is, it's a helpful reminder. My email, it's also on my profile, so you can click the email button, but it's Caroline, my name, at ctvirtualservices.com. So my name at my website.com. Caroline at ctvirtualservices. Caroline is my name. Well, does anybody else have any last minute questions before I jump off of here? I gotta go to the grocery store and run some errands. Hey, Sarah. Yes, we're in the short rows. Almost done. I just got to go in and do my, like, I usually say like a checkup. Like, check on everything, make sure there's nothing I've missed. And then I will transfer the ownership to you, and then it'll be up and running. We're almost there. What would you need from me if you built my website? So if you sign up with me for me to build a full website, I'll send you a Google Drive folder. And in it is some documents that you'll need to fill out. It's like information, like your email, what you want your website domain to be if you don't have one already, what you want it to look like, if you have a logo and colors that you like, if you have any other websites that you want as inspiration, all those things, like designs, anything specific you want. And then there's another document where you add in your product information, like what collections you want to have, your product titles, pricing, and then I'll share with you a Google Photos folder where you add in any product pictures, your logo, a picture of you, any pictures that you want on the website. So I'll send that folder to you, and then once you fill it out, that's everything I need, and I can get to building the website. Thank you so much, Sarah. I'm so glad you've enjoyed working with me. I've enjoyed working with you as well. Yeah, and if you have any other questions about me building a website for you, you can email me or check out my website. There's a contact form there that you can reach out to me. And you can also, I have a few different packages for full website building that you can check out as well and see what all they include. But yeah, if that answers everybody's questions, I am going to hop off here, go do some grocery shopping. Okay, awesome. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and for watching. Make sure to go check the page on my website to see when my next live is going to be. I'll update it probably next week on Monday. So make sure to check that out. And check my YouTube channel to see if I post this live on there after I figure out how to save it. All right, I will see you guys next week. Bye.